Hi, and welcome to today's daily reading. Oh, what a mess my hair is. I'm just picking from the store. Anyway, welcome to today's daily reading for the 31st of August, the last day of August. How did that happen? Alrighty. So today's reading is from Time for Peace, Peace in Our Hearts, Peace in the World by Ruth Fishels. And it's Daily Meditations for Peace and Healing. And it's part of Ruth's collection of books, which are time for related. So there's time for peace, there's time for joy, there's time for me, there's time for hope, which is her new book. And you can find her on Amazon and also on her own website, ruthfishel.com. So August 31st starts with a quote from someone called Willis Hartman. We are living through one of the most fundamental shifts in human history, a change in the actual belief structure in Western society. No economic, political, or military power can compare with the power of a change in the mind. By deliberately changing their images of reality, people are changing the world. Something to ponder. And Ruth goes on to say, many say that we are in a new age of spiritual transformation. We are learning extensively about the nature of our minds and how we can use them to create inner and world peace. Scientists are making major breakthroughs each day in understanding the connection of mind, body, and spirit, affirming that our thoughts can create sickness or health, suffering or joy. We are learning that we are not separate from each other, and that when something happens to one of us, at some level, it happens to all of us. I am so grateful to learn that I can take responsibility for my feelings and fill my life and my world with peace, joy, and purpose. Whew. Took a big breath in on that one. I haven't thought that we were separate for a long time, before I knew that we were not separate, I thought we were separate. I didn't know the connection between mind, body, and spirit, which is why my mind, body, and spirit were all sick when I came to the Batch Flowers some 23 years ago. And they began that connection for me, the connection at all levels of my being, between my mind, my body, and my spirit. Because Dr. Batch believed that if we suffered from negative emotions, our immune system would be compromised and we would suffer from some kind of illness at some point. So he felt that if we could keep ourselves happy, if we could keep ourselves in our purpose, which is a form of happiness, if we could keep ourselves balanced and not stay in negative emotions for long periods of time, then we would have no reason to get sick. When our body gives us a sickness, it can be that we've ignored the signs that we are unhappy. Perhaps we're in an unhappy relationship, but we've stayed. Perhaps we're in an unhappy job, but we've stayed because the money's good. Perhaps we are miserable because we haven't found a partner and that's all we can think about. There's lots of reasons why we can find ourselves in negative emotions. And before you realize you have any control over those emotions, we suffer. We suffer until we realize that we can do something about it. We very much are in victim mode, but scientists are making breakthroughs each day in understanding the connection between mind, body, and spirit, and affirming that our thoughts can create sickness or health, suffering or joy. Now, don't we all want to have health and joy as opposed to sickness and suffering? Of course we do. But for me, when I've gone through sickness and suffering, I still go through suffering, I still go through sickness. It's very much that nowadays I will think to myself, what's going on? What's going on emotionally that you've missed? What have you been ignoring? What's your that you've ignored, and now your body's giving you a swift kick to say, hey, there's something not quite right, you're not quite in balance, you're not on purpose, and you need to get back on purpose. So today I ask you to think about whether you're happy. I think that our number one thing in life to be is happy, but there's so many of us are not. So many of us don't know how to be. So many of us thinking that it's, bad to feel happy when there's so much misery in the world, so much suffering. So what right do you have to be happy? Well, we all have a right to be happy. And even in places where there is a huge amount of chaos and suffering, those people can find happiness within and out with. 5 minutes are up. Bye now. Namaste. Love to you all. And